Good evening, meatheads. What is up? Sorry I keep taking so long off. Work has been absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, making these videos and updating the website is not my day job, although sometimes I wish it was. In any case, we're back for another Meathead Minute, and this time we're going to talk about an injury that I've struggled with particularly over the past year as an athlete, and is really, really common in a lot of sports, but you see it a lot in weightlifting. So when I say weightlifting, I do mean, strength sports in general. So this is going to be elbow pain. And, it can happen on one side or the other. You've probably heard of tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. Tennis elbow is going to be your lateral side of the elbow, so that's here on the outside. It's called lateral epicondylitis. Golfer's elbow is on the inside or the medial side, that's medial epicondylitis. And these are just two of the elbow injuries that you can have, but they're very, very common. So I want to talk about them a little bit tonight, but also about elbow injuries in general. So a lot of people get scared about the torn bicep. It is a relatively common injury in strength sports, but not nearly as common as epicondylitis that we just talked about. And these injuries can be very, very frustrating because they're due to overuse. And what do we like to do to our body as athletes? We like to overuse it. Now, whenever you're dealing with a pain somewhere on a limb, you always want to look up the chain first. So, for example, if you're having a lot of elbow pain, take a look at your shoulder mechanics. What's going on with your thoracic spine? What's going on with your scapular kinematics? Because if you're not looking at those things, this elbow pain may not go away because it's a compensation for something further up the chain. You can also look down the chain, if your grip's off or, you're not able to control weights with your hand, that can go up into the elbow. So this can be a very frustrating thing to deal with because you're not just looking at one joint. Kind of goes for all injuries because no joint injury happens in isolation. But specifically with the elbow, the shoulder is the thing that you really want to look at. Because if your shoulder's unstable, you can imagine arm's going to be all over the place and that elbow's going to have to take on the work. And especially these muscles here, the extensor muscles of the wrist and the flexor muscles of the wrist, those are going to take a lot of the brunt trying to stabilize this load. So in treating these injuries, you have to look at treating the other things that you have going on around it, in addition to the injury itself. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on how to treat elbow pain. There's plenty of corrective exercise videos online for that. I'm actually in the process of making one of those myself. But I did go a little more into detail in an article I wrote for Lift Big Eat Big a little while back. I will put that link in the comments. But for now, we'll just keep it short and sweet. If you are having elbow pain, look up the chain. I know that rhymed, so it must be true. All right, guys, if you have any more questions about this, we can go a little bit more in depth. Feel free to talk to me in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.